Great. So, good evening, Eric. How are you
Hey,
doing?
hi. Okay, doing good.
Great, great. Thank you for joining us on our hashtag Stay Fridays. It's a
Thank you, thank you.
initiative that we are rolling out for the insurance community, advisors,
Okay,
and agency leaders. So the
okay,
objective of the Stay Fridays is where we connect with industry pioneers like yourself,
okay,
industry professionals who have come into the insurance industry at a very with a very different and unique perspective. It's like a
okay.
comes into play. And I've known you for years, and in my interactions with you, you have done a lot of things for the industry with your coaching and with your training and your motivation as well. So we are very glad to have you on board our first Stay Friday.
Thank you to have me on board this platform.
So Eric, can you just start off by giving us an introduction about yourself?
Okay, so basically, I'm Eric here. I'm actually 26 years with one of the leading insurer. Yeah, one company and one industry, something that I'm very proud of myself. Yeah. So I'm a leader. So as a leader, I do my agency function. Basically, I do planning, recruitment, selection, training, and of course, performance management. At the same time, I also run my personal financial practice, and actually, I continue to touch life through my financial planning knowledge. Yeah, so this is something that I do day in, day out. Yep.
Right. Eric, it's interesting to go into this, but could you just tell us 26 years? It's a very, very long time, yeah? What actually drives you to be so passionate still? I can absolutely feel it through the screen already. So what continues to give you that passion, both in the training level and also being a practitioner at the same time? What gives you that drive to keep you motivated?
I think what actually drives me day in, day out is I just want to change the image of the industry. I hope that our industry will move into professionalism. We do the right things for the customer, and rather than we are being known for pushing products, for not servicing our clients well. So day in, day out, I always feel that I want to do my part as a leader, as a trainer, as a coach to help my agents, my mentees, okay, to do well, to improve the image of the industry. Yeah.
Right, right. That's great. Thank you, Eric. Now,
Yeah.
you wear so many hats, my friend. Right? How do you find time then? How do you balance this whole structure?
I think in the sense that is the passion that I want to do right, to do good. So basically a typical day, 26 is in the business. What I does is that every morning I will come to office by 9, latest by 9:30 I'll be back in the office. So once the office morning sessions, normally I try to block out the time for coaching my agents, and the lunch I will be out to do my appointments, either field work, either meeting my customer, or if my appointment is postponed, normally in the sense that I always catch up with friends to build that kind of bonding. So for 26 years, since my leaders in the past have mentioned to me that never lunch with a colleague, so that have always been my guiding principle, that lunch is always out for appointments. Yeah. So after we come back for lunch, normally typical lunch, after lunch will be basically doing a case prep, and dinner I'll go for appointment. Yeah. So that's my typical day, what I do. Yeah.
That's an interesting routine that comes into play in totality, yeah. And I just wanted to ask you, right, Eric?
Yeah.
With all of these activities, this current situation that we have,
Yeah.
COVID has not subsided. I think we connected sometime last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not changed. We are still in that same boat. And I know that you have come up with certain programs and certain directives for financial consultants and even agency leaders to navigate such a process. Could you just share with me about that as well?
Basically, since COVID came in last year, I think even my own consultant, what was the challenging part was I find that they actually find it difficult to invite customer or invite prospect over Zoom.
Mhm.
So because of that issue that my consultant are facing, I created programs that actually helps my consultants to be able to uh, invite and conduct effective financial planning presentations over the Zoom. Okay, so I've been going around since last year till now to share with agencies, industry partners to talk about how we can still invite and conduct effective Zoom presentations for financial planning. Yeah. So
Right.
that's the programs that actually I have developed, and I think that is the solutions are currently to most of the advisor in the market. Yes.
I agree with you. I think somehow it has presented a very different kind of opportunity too, right?
Yeah.
We have been used to traveling up and down for appointments.
Yes. Yes.
Remember when I started off as a rookie 15 years ago? You might have seen me at that point. It was crazy, right? We would start as early. I'm with you. You start at 9:30. It's all about preparations for your
Yeah.
day schedule,
Yeah.
and you're out for appointments. And sometimes you're going east,
Yeah.
sometimes you're going west, sometimes you're going north, and then north to
Yeah.
south. And all of these things with the current situation, of course, appointments via Zoom. How can it definitely helps in terms of travel time, for sure.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
also gives a different kind of challenge right now.
Yeah.
Some clients, especially the older clients, might not be so inclined towards
Yeah.
having Zoom sessions.
Yeah.
Some advisors might not feel comfortable without having the human touch or interaction.
Yeah.
How can we sort of dispel that mental block, more or less?
Yeah, I think it's a good, valid questions that you ask. In fact, I always tell my trainees or even my consultants, I always tell them that basically the experience of the clients over the Zoom, right? Okay, is whose responsibility? Is your responsibility or your client's responsibility? So after we ask this question, most of them will reply is basically is the consultant responsibility. So that's why I always say that because you must understand that in the Zoom environment, basically you need to do a bit of preparation before and during the presentation. So before the presentation, what you need to get it right is basically you need to tell the clients what's the objective of this Zoom appointment, how long will it take, and what is the outcome. Means that at the end of the days, you find the session is good, I'll get some information from you. But if you feel that this is not something that you're looking for, we can stay in touch as a friendship or more for bonding. Yeah. So I think before the Zoom, you need to state very clearly what is this for, this Zoom appointment for. So second part will be on the Zoom session, because on the Zoom sessions, right, basically is a very focused sessions. Okay, so people spend time with you. So whether you can capture the attention really depends on what you want to show. So you need to use a lot of tools, example, PowerPoint, to quickly showcase some case study or showcase the kind of things that you do. You need to use Excel sheet to actually show people about, example, their insurance summary, example. You need to use apps like, for example, financial calculator using web-based, so that you can straight away, because you can't place calculator and show people, right? So using a web-based calculator as a tools to help you to basically show the numbers. And of course, you can use a whiteboard or maybe some apps called Bamboo to do an illustration presentation.
Right.
So I think these are tools that is important to strengthen you to provide engaging sessions over the Zoom. Because I realized that most people actually, after they invite people over the Zoom, right, actually they don't know what is the objective. Yeah. So of course, it wastes people's time. So I always tell my students, my FC, that you need to be very clear why you want to invite this person in, what's objective, how long will it take, what is the outcome at the end of the day. So people are very focused, okay, and people look forward to come on board to hear you and see you. Yeah.
Right, lovely. Thanks, Eric. I just have one question linked to that, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you have done this, and your team has done this, and your students have done that as well.
Yeah.
But what would be an optimum time to spend with a client on Zoom?
It really depends. Okay, so I share with you right now. The Zoom is actually very helpful for me. So I give you two type of customer. So the first type of customer basically will be a referrer. Somebody referred to me. So somebody referred to me, right? So first thing I will prepare them why I need to meet over the Zoom, who refer you, and basically this process, how long will it take, and what is the end in mind. Okay, so that's first thing. So I'll ask for information, like for example, what is their CPF, OA, SA, and MA. So I get some basic information. But of course, some prospect will say no, I will not give you. But I say don't worry, just bring along. So when I do a Zoom session with you, you find it's good, you can share me the information. I can straight away give you do some report for you, so that the second appointment I'll come back to do my recommendation, and third appointment, and we'll discuss whether is there things that you want to implement. That's for new prospect or referrer. Okay, so second group will be my existing customer. Because of the Zoom, it also give me a lot of opportunity in the sense that before the appointment, okay, I will ask the clients to, hey, get ready your OA, SA, and MA, and if you got any new policy that you buy, send to me in advance so that I can do some update. So when I go up onto the Zoom appointment, my first appointment, I can straight away do my recommendation. Yes. Second appointment, I basically can discuss about is there things that you want to implement or whatsoever. So because of the Zoom, it really helped me a lot to shorten my advisory process. New customer, 3 appointments. Existing customers, about 2 appointments. Yeah. So I really enjoy a lot. Yeah.
I completely get that. You know, I'm getting the hang of it too. At this stage, connecting with coaches or pioneers like yourself, it's really more of that connect. It doesn't feel as if we are distant, you know, to that extent. Things have changed tremendously, and it's about embracing the change that comes to it, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, in fact, I tell my students actually nothing have changed. It's just that we're using a different platform to communicate.
That's
true.
Yeah. Eric, I wanted to just ask on a very simple thing. I think this might be on the minds of few advisors and agency leaders, especially the rookies. We're talking about rookie advisors and rookie agency leaders, right?
Yeah.
The past couple of years have been very, very challenging.
Yeah.
And of course, hats off and absolute tremendous respect for the FCs who joined this industry or got into a career during these times, or agency leaders who stepped up. What would your advice to them be at this stage?
You're talking about advice for new consultant?
Yeah.
Okay.
During this period of the COVID.
Okay. So I think this is the common advice always I share with even my own consultant and my students. You need to be very visible on the social media, because today they can't really see you face to face. You need to be very visual over the social media. Example, when you do your advisory process over the Zoom, for example, you do retirement planning, screenshot, okay, the Zoom session, but probably you can cover the client's face, post it in the social media, okay, where you do a push you update, when you do a coming par funds update, screenshot that Zoom session and update into the social media. Okay, the reason being is that you want your prospect or your clients that is over your social media, they find it so familiar that okay, you are doing your business or you're practicing your business over the Zoom. Okay, because the norm is that because people tend to see you face to face for financial planning, people are not used to seeing you over the Zoom. So that's why that visibility that you need to show in the social media is very important. Yeah, so that is the first thing, visibility over social media. So second thing is that right now, basically, you just need to have a very good topic. Okay, for example, par fund updates, shield plan updates, okay, review of your coverage because of the COVID situation. Is your coverage enough? So you need to have a very strong topic to engage people to go over to the Zoom to discuss with you. And I said today there is basically 5 group of friends. If you want to do referral for new consultant, first, basically your friends. Second group will be basically your referrer. Okay, so what's a referrer? Referrer is after appointment. Okay, you talk to this person and ask for name, or sometimes I call it hunting for names. Okay, third will be basically your COI. Look for people who are center of influence, who are able, and the most important is that is willing to help you. And of course, third group will be look at how you can build up COI, center of this introducer. So introducer is somebody that basically in the sense that is more coming in more in terms of money motivation. They are maybe lawyers, they are maybe a property agent, accountant, that they introduce their clients to you and you pay them a fees, okay, to connect to their customer base. Yeah. So I think for new FC, this is something that you can consider if you want to do warm, because you can't really do cold. Okay,
Correct.
and of course for assisting agent, experienced agent or established agent, there's one more thing you can do is assisting customer. Okay, so I think that is something that I train my agents. I also train my students, okay, how to do warm prospecting at this time of COVID situations. Yeah.
Great. Thanks so much, Eric. So if I hear you right on that, so creating their own sales funnel is great, right? Which is
Yeah.
the contact funnel, perhaps, if you put it in that way, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the first pillar being friends, and then you're moving into the pillars of prospects or referrals that come into play. Then you're looking at the other pillar, which are centers of influences.
Yes,
And
correct.
then we talk about the last pillar, which is
Introducer.
That is more of the partnership that you can create.
Yes, correct. Yes.
If a new advisor is more or less getting into the business, tough times like that, instead of calling their lawyer friends or their real estate agent and say, hey, we have this plan, we can look at, let's get into business together.
Yeah.
If you're working with introducers, that's an interesting way to grow organically the content. Yeah?
So I think just to add on, right, Kumaran, is that basically two things must happen to get a result. Your social media marketing is important, because I told you visibility is important, because people are not used to doing financial planning over the Zoom. Okay, so you need to show your visibility that you're so comfortable in doing financial planning over the Zoom. The first thing. Second thing is that you must focus on your warm prospecting and look at what are the things that you can do to create topics for you to get people over to the Zoom. Yeah, so these are the two things you must do it right. Then I think, you'll be very comfortable in doing a Zoom presentations.
Correct. I agree with you on that. Thank you for that. Is there a way that they can schedule this, Eric? I mean, it's tough for an advisor, especially advisors or agency leaders with kids this time, where they're all at home as well. Is there a particular way in which they can possibly introduce this schedule?
Okay, so personally, I've shared the strategy with a lot of people, even my students, my mentee, but I realized that it's not easy to follow, but I will share what I do. So maybe they can take a reference if they are really wanting to do well in this career. So a typical day for me is that early morning, maybe about 5:30, I'll wake up. I will start to read a newspaper, and I will pick out a good article. So I will decide what I want to post on the LinkedIn, the Facebook, and of course those more light-hearted one I will post on the Instagram. So by probably about 7:30, I will more or less done up all my things, my posting. So if it's a typical day before the phase 2, I will actually, on the way driving back to office, I'll start my day about 9:30. But now it's very good. Once I wake up after my posting 7:30, so about 8:30, I will sit at my computer and I'll start to do my planning. What's the things I want to do? By 9 o'clock, I'm already ready for my first Zoom session. Maybe about 9:30, 10. So I will finish probably about typical 11:30. Then I'll go out for my lunch. 1, I buy my lunch bag for my lunch. My next Zoom appointment will be probably about 2 o'clock. So 2 to probably 3 or 3:30. And after that, sometime I can squeeze maybe another about one more Zoom session for about before 5. So 4 to 6 I have one. Then I will have my dinner. I will have my next Zoom session about 8 to 8:30. So right now with the current environment or situations, actually I've increased my appointment. Right now I almost can do about 4 appointments per day. Yeah.
That's great, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for that schedule. I mean, I think people have to get used to this to a certain extent, adapt to it. But I hear you on the importance of scheduling. For the optimal performance, right? You have got to get the right things right, and it's a question of practice that comes their way. I mean, you've been doing it for 26 years, and once again, I really thank you for sharing these things with us. But the last thing I would love to hear from you is, what would your key takeaway be today?
Take away in what?
Take away something that the advisors and agency leaders, a quote, something to motivate them and edge them on for this.
Okay, I always say this lah, tough time don't last, tough people last lah. So I think be clear, okay, why are you in this industry? So we are here to serve. Okay, so if your mindset is here to help your friends, help your clients, I think that will helps you to stay focused away from the noises, okay, in the industry. So you're focused on doing right, okay, for your customer. Yeah, so that's my advice. Yeah, tough time don't last. Okay.
Great, great. Thank you so much, Eric. Really appreciate
Sure.
it. I'm really looking forward to connecting with you more on our Stay Fridays and
Yeah.
many sessions to come. And this is just one part of it. We would love to also share when you come on board the InsuranceCollective with us, your courses and
Sure.
which will really activate and engage the insurance community at large. So really thank you so much, buddy. Truly appreciate it.
Thanks for having me here. Thank you.
Thanks, Eric. Thank you.
Yeah.